Hello, this is the Lord's Legion and welcome back to Cancerous Comment Conduct. And I know it does seem like a bit of a gag in that I keep on abandoning this series, but in all honesty I do love making these type of videos. And since it's been a while since I have been uploading consistently, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things and I've been wanting to revive this show for like the 5th time at this rate. But the series of videos that I'm going to be looking at the comments on will of course be in relation to the supposed teasers for Spider-Man 4, which ended up being completely false, as well as several comments from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man concept art video. Because the die-hard Sam Raimi fans, or as I like to call them, the Raimi-Knights, have been extremely toxic within the last year or so, and I always enjoy taking the piss out of them specifically because they're so easy to trigger. But before we get started, I just want to say that I don't hate the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and I don't have anything against those who enjoy these movies. I just feel like the most extreme hardcore fans of the Raimi-verse are just completely bonkers at this rate, and they're just easy targets for this series. So without further ado, let's begin with the comments. But don't worry, there's a Spider-Man 4 fan film coming out next year on 2020. While it is cool in that there is going to be a fan film in relation to Spider-Man 4 coming out, that doesn't mean that the fan film is going to be anything official. Keyword being fan film. All that hype for nothing. I'll never hope again. Cries in a corner. I do understand that people's expectations can outweigh the reality of things, but come on, even the initial tweet had hashtag Marvel Comics. Not to mention that Marvel would have to go through hell and back with Sony and Columbia Pictures just so that they can get away with using the Sam Raimi universe. So the reality of the Spider-Man 4 in comic form is very few to none. Lord's Legion, I love your best villains videos. Will you do best heroes in the future? First and foremost, thank you very much Mr. Blue the Blues. And initially I did kind of flit on the idea of doing the best heroes ever at some point, but I do feel like there are plenty of hero bios around all over YouTube, and I do feel like the villains don't really get that much recognition, which is why I tend to focus on the villains more than the heroes. So for now, I'm mainly going to be focusing on the best villains ever, but at some point, maybe I might try doing the best heroes ever or something like that. You really are a villain, are you? I'm not gonna lie, but I genuinely do get off on taking the piss out of the Raimi-Knights because the reactions are so over-dramatic, and even saying the smallest thing about the Raimi movies can just trigger them something fierce. Now this was a response to me saying something about the Sam Raimi fanbase being more toxic in recent years. It's because when Homecoming received good reviews, the Raimi fans got defensive, and some guy called Cosmonaut Variety posted a video maybe around last year talking about how they don't hold up, and ever since they have been real assholes. Yeah, I do think that this was kind of the turning point on the Raimi-Knights being a lot more toxic ever since Cosmonaut's video. Even though he flat out said that he does genuinely enjoy the movies despite them not aging that well. And then ever since, pretty much everyone under the sun have been praising the Raimi films and flopping to defend this series, to the point that the Spider-Man trilogy are now considered to be the holy grails in terms of the comic book movies, even though they're not really that good to begin with. Damn, I guess no one fixed that damn door. If you want to know my conspiracy on what happened to that damn door, my theory is that Sony completely demolished the apartment ever since the Amazing Spider-Man series came about. But hey, it's just a theory. I'm not going to repeat the end of that sentence. Hashtag Marvel Comics. Well, yeah, the sign was right there from the very beginning, and a lot of people just jumped into conclusions that I was just Spider-Man 4, but joke's on you, it was never the case. Just wasn't the case. I've been waiting for this, no joke, for my whole life. I mean, it's been so interesting after all these years to see how the characters have been growing and changing. No offense, but I find it hard to believe that you've been waiting for your whole life for Spider-Man 4, unless you were born after 2007 or something. But if you're that persistent, more power to you, I guess. My hopes are way up! Oh man, that comment aged like fine wine. It aged so well in fact that I can kinda taste the staleness from that wine, and oh god, 1 minute, let me try and recover from this. I want an animated movie. I won't lie to you, having a Sam Raimi Spider-Man 4 in animated form wouldn't be impossible, because there are a lot of signs that are pointing into that direction, especially now that they've got the Spider-Verse going along. Or hell, I'd be perfectly okay with Tobey Maguire coming back to voice his own Spider-Man in Spider-Verse 2 or something like that. Holy damn, this video has aged very well. I hate to boost my own ego, but the funniest thing about this whole ordeal was the fact that I might have been the only person who was like, guys, this isn't going to be Spider-Man 4, and pretty much everyone else, like the comic book cast, were like, guys, this is Spider-Man 4, it's totally going to happen, it is actually going to happen, and after the reveal, everyone's dreams were crushed. You didn't talk about how Alex Ross teased the painting from Spider-Man 2 with the hashtag of Spider-Man 4. First of all, that tweet was out after I posted the original video, and just like how you said yourself, that was from Spider-Man 2, and chances are Alex Ross was just jumping on the hype train. And speaking to you from the future, there is no signs of Spider-Man 4 anywhere, especially in comic form. This is stupid. Spider-Man 4 is a potential goldmine. At no point did I say that Spider-Man 4 was going to be a flop if it was to actually happen. As a matter of fact, anything with Spider-Man included is an instant goldmine. And sometimes you have to shut down your expectations and have a bit of common sense in order to see the actual truth behind everything. We need a Spider-Man 4, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry to say, Walker dead, but we really don't need a Spider-Man 4. Do we deserve a much better conclusion than that as Spider-Man 3? I 100% agree, and it would be pretty interesting to see what would have happened in Spider-Man 4, but the fact is, Spider-Man 3 for the most part tied up pretty much all of the loose ends, and so the Sam Raimi trilogy did have a definitive conclusion. However, I would argue that The Amazing Spider-Man 3 is something we need more because that series never had a full-on conclusion. Granted, I'm in the very small minority who want an Amazing Spider-Man 3, but between that and Spider-Man 4, I do feel like the former is something that we actually need more than Spider-Man 4. Oh shit, an unintentional rhyme. No, they can do everything now. Disney owns Marvel and Fox, and they can do it next time. Know what you're talking about because it can be done and they don't need to ask. Disney owns everything. Jesus, that hurt to read. But like, Disney don't own the film rights to Spider-Man, and it's in fact Sony. But you know what? You should take your own advice there, buddy. You're wrong, there is a Spider-Man Homecoming comic. Is there though? I mean, I know there's probably a prelude somewhere like with pretty much every single MCU film, but I don't think there is an entire novelization for Homecoming. Maybe there is, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments and prove me wrong. Nothing can beat Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Is that so? Well, how about the fact that Spider-Man Far From Home has overtaken Spider-Man 3 and is the only Spider-Man film to date that has successfully reached to the 1 billion club. But box office aside, I do understand that it is all personal preference, and contrary to popular belief, the world isn't black and white and you can enjoy all of the incarnations of Spider-Man, or you can even prefer one over the other. I'm going to travel to an alternate dimension in which Spider-Man 4 Plus happened. Good luck with that one. I hope your interdimensional machine can actually work, and if you do get the chance to see Spider-Man 4, please let me know on what the film is like, and if it's better than Spider-Man 3, which I would hope it would be at the very least. Lies. Deception! Do you want to know what's lies and deception? The idea that Spider-Man 4 exists. Ha! Got him! Oh wait, I might have jinxed myself because in about a few years time they might announce some variation of Spider-Man 4 if it's animated or comic form. Oh shit. Now this video is all the more dated than it really is. God damn it. Then moving on to the second Spider-Man 4 related video, but seriously, who starts a countdown with 4? Well, Marvel Entertainment apparently. That should answer your question. Chill, bro. I won't lie, but when I made that second video, I was having so much fun because it was so satisfying to rub it in everyone's faces after all of this time when they were like, no man, it is Spider-Man 4, only for them to be proven wrong anyway. And believe it or not, I had to do at least 3 takes for that video because the first time it was mute, and the second time there was some weird background noise, and while my throat killed after the third time, it was more than worth it, let's be honest. It's probably The Amazing Spider-Man 3, and number 2 can be Spider-Verse 2, 1 can be the cancelled James Cameron Spider-Man. Who knows? Wouldn't it be funny if that initial announcement would have been like the collaboration of all of the live action Spider-Man in one comic series? I'll be honest, I'd be more hyped for that over Spider-Man 4 in comic form any day. Theory: they started the countdown at 4 because they forgot to post the day before. That could be the case, maybe they forgot to post number 5, or maybe it was overlooked for some reason, or maybe they purposely wanted to put 4 first, just for the sake of clickbait, but at the end of the day, it happened, and 90% of the fools took the bait. Bruh moment. I don't even know why I've got this comment included for this, it's just nothing. Much like this comment itself, it's harmless, pointless, forgettable. Why am I wasting my time on this one? Spider-Verse 3, since Spider-Geddon is pretty much Spider-Verse 2, and I would hope to God that Marvel wouldn't go so far as to do a Spider-Verse 3 because, let's be honest, the original Spider-Verse comic wasn't that good to begin with. And can we finally have Spider-Man stories that don't include alternate dimensions or multiple Spider-Men? Because at this point, it's really getting stale and it doesn't even feel special anymore. You really don't have to laugh at them if they got it wrong. We really was wanted to see this movie, that's okay. I mean, that is true, I don't have to laugh at them, but I really wanted to, and I'm such an opportunist when it comes down to triggering the Raimi-Knights because, come on, I'm a sadistic bastard. Isn't Read Comics Online illegal? But don't worry man, I use that website myself. Shit man, they got me there. I forgot to full screen my actual screen. Looks like I'm gonna get done in now. Oh boy. You are a Sam Raimi Spider-Man hater. Contrary to popular belief, I am not a Sam Raimi Spider-Man hater. I fairly enjoyed the first 2 Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. I absolutely hate Spider-Man 3 with a passion. But the reason why I do what I do is because A, it's funny to take the piss out of the Raimi-Knights, but more importantly, I just want to let it be known that the trilogy is not the holy grail of comic book movies. And here's a few bonus comments from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man concept art video. What is your accent? There's always bound to be one of those comments in relation to my voice because I'm clearly not American and automatically I sound alien to everyone else. I feel like all of the comments in relation to my accent and voice could easily make a video within itself, but at the same time my witty retorts would be kinda repetitive if they're all pretty much the same comment but written in different ways. So many rude remarks about the Raimi films. Why are you so against them? I don't recall ever saying anything rude about those movies in the video. I don't know where you got that idea from. It comes to show that the Raimi-Knights are very defensive about the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, and maybe, just maybe, they might be a little insecure. But I don't know, you be the judge on that one. You're not a Spider-Man fan unless you like Sam Raimi's series. This comment right here is the perfect representation on how toxic the Raimi-Knights have become within the past year or so. Because if you don't like the Raimi movies, or even so much as to criticize one little detail, then chances are you're going to be crucified for the Raimi-Knights to see. And really it's those type of fans that kind of irk me the wrong way because they just take things way too far. I just got a little tired of the Sam Raimi movie hate going on in this video. The constant jabs at the designs, calling the movies goofy and campy. I mean, they are the definitive Spider-Man movies. None of the new ones have even came close to the Sam Raimi's trilogy. Look, let me break this down so that you can understand. Just because I said that the movies are goofy and campy, doesn't mean that I hate them. Believe it or not, quite a lot of fans do enjoy the camp and the goof coming from Sam Raimi's trilogy. And in some cases, they even say that the goof is part of the film's charm. So how about you take a step back and grow a pair of balls? But honestly, I could go on with the comments, but I feel like I may as well just save some ammunition for a part 2, which will inevitably happen at some point. And I feel like some people are gonna come at me by saying I may have been a bit too brutal on this video, but like with every single episode of Cancerous Comment Conduct, they're not meant to be taken too seriously and are most often roasts and jokes than anything else. But I am aware that majority of my fans are aware about this fact and even do enjoy it whenever I do include some of their comments for this series. And like I said, I don't hate Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies, I just pick on the Raimi-Knights specifically because they're just easy targets and are debatably even worse than the Nolan Knights. But regardless, I do hope that everyone has enjoyed this video because truth be told I feel like this is probably one of the best episodes that I've done thus far. And chances are there will probably be a part 2 with the Raimi-Knights. But I'm going to end this video right here, and as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, take care and have a good one.